Yeah, you hear it popping. Good morning. I came a little later so you can see.
Oh, okay, perfect. Thank you.
So right now you can see I got your zipper on there. I've got anchors, electrodes with build-up, and then this, I've got a layer of silicone under this piece of plastic here. I'm going to put another silicone on top of it, so it's going to be like a little tunnel for the wire, so the wire can run from the electrode. Because it needs to come up here so they can loop back into the little wristband that's going to be sitting like right there. Yeah, all the componentry's on there. I'm just going to get a sheet of silicone so I can wrap the whole thing in one piece here. Just take a sheet like that. And I'll trim it down. It doesn't need to be anything perfect right now, as long as I make contact with the whole thing. I'm just pushing down the silicone, making sure it's making contact with the cast and whatnot. And I think I've got... Would you mind handing me a little silver handled pizza cutter right there? Yeah, that one. Thank you. Appreciate it. Cut around the trim line. Cool. Kind of just mushing everything down, getting the silicone to where I want it, and kind of say it's a lumpy mess right now, but once I put it under suction, I'll really start giving it shape, and you'll see it'll look a lot more uniform once I put it under vacuum. So we're almost there. Okay. Cool. So as you can see, it's kind of it's pretty lumpy right now, but that's always how it is. The important thing right now is that I have silicone in all the places that I need it to be built up around the areas that need built up and whatnot. So then I get it under vacuum, and we'll see it after then. deflect a couple of these nylon stockinettes over, so it just allows air to travel evenly throughout the whole model.
That helps to smooth it out.
I'm sorry?
That helps to smooth it out.
Yeah, it kind of gives it texture. It also the fibers of this fabric allows air to like travel through, because there's going to be, this is like a vacuum pipe, as you can see. It just lets the air evenly travel around the whole silicone. So when I put the plastic bag over top, it's just going to trap all the air. If I were to put the plastic bag over top without these nylons there, it would kind of just like tighten right here, and it wouldn't get proper like vacuum all over the model here. You'll see I got all that air in there, and just pull the vacuum, kind of just pulls it tight to the model there. I'll tape it off so I can trap the air. And here's where a lot of the work comes in. I'll just literally get in here and be the master of the silicone, just move it around how I want it to, and move excess around. You can kind of feel how squishy or how hard the silicone is under your fingers. You know you're too thick in certain areas, too thin in other areas. But I just want to kind of blend everything together so it doesn't look lumpy. It looks like one continuous piece of silicone. And I'll put it under vacuum. It kind of just depends on how things are looking. I'll put it under vacuum maybe 3 or 4 times. But the first one is usually like the bulk of the work. A lot of the time we have a little bellows dummy here. I kind of keep just to make sure that the anchors on the back of the hand are wide enough to accommodate for the dummy here. A lot of excess silicone by the zipper. And I'll probably orient this the other way for my next vacuum. That's good for now. Yours is in the oven. Yeah, you can see it if you want to pop it open. Yeah, it's probably got, you know, maybe 20, 30 more minutes left on it. He came a little earlier than me to make that one matte. Like the whole hand or just the silicone? On average for like a definitive, I'd probably say maybe like an hour, something like that.
And then the complete process is?
For OEL, when you guys are here, so I'm starting it, so I guess like really 2 days, but over, like really it's like a 10-day turnaround time for remote jobs is what we shoot for, because we'll each have, you know, 3 or 4 at the same time, kind of. Summer's usually pretty busy. You can kind of see it, the silicone coming away with the nylon, but that's how it kind of helps.
Yeah, like wow, look what it is.
Yeah. Yeah, you can kind of see how it leaves the texture on the silicone there. So right now what I'm looking for is, you can see the zipper, the silicone on the zipper lines they're kind of wavy. I want to make them nice and parallel. So I'll be using the knife to cut nice lines down the zipper lines to make sure that's parallel. I'm gonna go around the trim lines. I kind of just look and see like where I need to blend things out a little more. I can kind of see some ridges on this side. This side was facing down, so that kind of makes sense. So I'll face that up and blend that out more in the next section.
My layman eyes. I'm like, it looks perfect.
Right. It's not gonna be done.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a beautiful thing. Yeah, I'm really excited to see it with the silver, the Fred's legs pattern he chose in the beginning. Yeah, if you look close, you can kind of see how silicone moves its way into the zipper and stuff. So, I mean, it'd be functional, but you know, a lot of things here are about aesthetics. You know, like most of the things are going to be about aesthetics. So, like the silicone, especially the frame when I'm laminating. So, I'm gonna look at that. That drives me crazy. I've got to like make sure it's nice and parallel. Just one of those things.
They grill rolls all the way under there, like, oh.
Would you like to go sit down somewhere?
Yeah, it's a break, so I make sure I keep this one trimmed on so we can get the prosthetic. Yeah, her imprint.
Sometimes this can be a little tedious, but I don't mind it too much.
How does it feel having to watch you work?
At first, well, I don't know. I've kind of always been used to it. I worked at a Starbucks for like a long time, and like really busy stores, and so we'd be in there, people would be waiting on their drinks. I'm just used to like 20 people.
Are you gonna mispronounce our name when you give
Of course, yeah. That's a prerequisite. You know,
Tiana?
Yeah.
Jasmine, you see how I'm using this? Jasmine, see how I'm using this so that I can come down. If I want to see his face, I'm just gonna do that, and it knows to go up there and
I
see.
think it's awesome.
I just put my wrist just a little bit.
I haven't seen something like that. That was really cool. I do like seeing people get into all the cool like techie stuff that, you know, just helps you out. Push that down. Next thing I'm gonna do is find that tunnel I made. There it is.
So what's that hole for?
So this is the tunnel that started from this electrode. You can kind of still see the ridge because I need to blend it exactly, and that's all going to be under the frame. So they're going to exit under the frame. So I just want to make sure I locate it so I know where to fish the wires out.
dad was like, Starbucks isn't gonna lead to a career.
I honestly never really thought of that. Good old Starbucks. I honestly did not like working there. I did it for a while. Kind of just picking bits and pieces of plaster dust out as I see it. You can kind of see the little holes I exposed there so that the wires can come out. I just want to make sure I open it up so I know where they are. But that's all going to be under the frame. Your frame's going to kind of run along here, come up around the zipper, back down. I think you're going to have a little ulnar extension, something right there. Oh, one last thing. The silicone likes to creep under the teeth of the zipper. If the silicone gets cooked while it's inside the zipper, then it's never going to come out. So I got to make sure that doesn't happen before I actually cook it. It always likes to creep down at the bottom.
So up until the point that you cook it, you can still work with it.
Yep. Yeah. I can go to lunch
There's
and
no
come back.
cure time that it's gonna turn
Yeah.
on.
Really, like a matter of like 4 days, maybe. Like if I left a big hunk of silicone out on the counter for 4 days, it'd probably start to cure. Yeah, heat is really what does it. So maybe if it was a really hot day and some sun was in here, it'd cure after a little bit. Who knows? All right, tighten that down and do the same thing again. So I got this side facing up.
How do you know how many stockings to put?
So we always do 2. When it's like when we're like really like trying to still get a shape, we'll do 2 of these. At the very end, when I really like how everything looks, I might have like a couple lines or something because I've been touching it with my hands. I don't want to have any fingerprint marks or smudges. I'll use just 1, and I'll put it under suction. I won't even tape it. I'll put it under suction. Just run my fingers around the trim lines, maybe about 10 seconds, and then this will come off really easy. I'll cut a super thin band around the trim line, and then I won't even peel it off. I'll just go and cook it, so that when I pull it off, I'll just be able to pull it off like a rubber band, and it's a nice, crisp, straight line at that point. So yeah, every time I'm like still working with it, I'll use 2 of the nylon stockinettes.
Why do you start at those and then pull it back?
I don't know. I kind of like everything just to be a little taut, so it doesn't bunch up on me and whatnot. So I kind of just make sure it's nice and taut. Not a lot of play in the fabric, so when it pulls down, sometimes like if there's like a weird angle, it'll pull down and there'll be like a wrinkle, and then the wrinkle will show up in the silicone itself. So kind of just like it to be nice and taut.
When Hope was about her age, we went to the Sesame Street World in Pennsylvania, and I watched her take my phone and videotape the parade. I was so proud. But she was like turning her whole body to pan. She'd been watching Dad. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna send you. I'll airdrop you this 30-minute long video when we're done.
You know what? I never think to take it that way. I always want to push that button. I've never.
Oh, I'll take a picture of that.
I don't have fingers, so I can't. So, yeah.
Yeah, well, yep.
Gotta learn how to count it.
It's like you have to sit down there at a weird angle.
Apple's discriminating against people without.
Yeah.
Never even think about that.
Yeah. So there might be an accessibility feature on the iPhone.
There
to
might
fill out
be.
Because on the watch, there is.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Like instead of like close in the Apple Watch, if you, like, try to squeeze your hand or something, motion.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
This
Yeah,
thing,
your muscles.
this thing
That's
has
cool.
like a gesture you can do to start and stop the video when you're in the selfie mode.
Yeah, because if you don't together, then, yeah, I'm sure that accessibility gives you your own.
So each time I put it in a vacuum, it's just going to look that much better, a little bit better, until I finally like it. That's kind of how we treat silicone, I guess. You know, we just keep putting it under suction. You know, I've made silicones I put under like 10 different vacuums, and something's bothering me. I just try to fix it over and over. But generally, the more cutouts for like biological fingers that you have, the more difficult it is, because you got to get in there and cut like a nice trim line. Yeah. So I'm liking it. I'm liking how it looks right now. Still gonna refine the zipper, but it's getting there.
How did you learn how to do it?
Just watching the guys over time. I guess there were three technicians that we have ahead of me, and then there's one that I kind of help train with the other ones. But yeah, just hands-on over time, doing a lot of the clear diagnostics and whatnot. Yeah, I've been here for a little over 3 years, and it's all just hands-on training. I mean, it's one of those things you really don't learn. I mean, even at like prosthetic certificate courses, like for fabrication and whatnot, they don't have like rolled silicone and stuff like that. So like, I wouldn't really find the opportunity to do something like this apart from here. There's a couple places there's actually a place in Ohio that branched off, like people who started this facility when we were Touch Bionic before Össur years ago. I don't know, they started their own. So there's another like partial hand. They're not as good. I'll say that on video now. I'm just kidding. I won't say their name. I'll just give you all the information about them. So I'm just being real picky about the zipper. Typically,
Now, the tool that you have in your hand, what does that cost?
out of all these little tools, it's the only one I use, and I honestly don't know what it's called. It's like a little dental tool. Yeah, I feel like most of these are probably dental tools. You can kind of see this one. It's like the same tool. It's got like the angled, and then I don't know, the flat. This one's too sharp. I think it mars up the cast a little too much. Yeah, I really like, out of all these tools, I really only use like these three. Each one of us has like our preferred like little tools that we have and whatnot. And that's something else that's cool about this job is, you know, we'll have like a device get sent back for repair or be doing something, and you can look at like the little intricacies of like little things about it, and you can tell if you made it because of like how little things are. So I kind of take bits and pieces of how everyone does something, and you know, you kind of form your own way. As long as it's, you know, you're taking the principles and it's functional and whatnot, you kind of figure out how to make things work. I really like that about this job. There's a lot of freedom, and I mean, prosthetics inherently is currently, you know, it's always changing. So they don't. I appreciate that they don't like have like a standard way to do everything here. You know, they're always trying to figure out new ways to improve. This one got covered on me again. I'm just gonna re-expose it. Yeah, did you see yours in the oven?
Not yet. I'll wait.
Yeah, it's probably about done. it was kind of a win-win for me because I knew you guys were coming in, and I was like, I was just laying in bed, like, I gotta get up, come in at 6. Like, well, if I stay in bed, they can come in later and see part of the process.
We could have outright said.
I was like, I don't need to see it. Just do the room.
He's like, a little bit later.
What's the end process when it's necessary?
Typically Wednesdays are a big work day, so I just decided, I'll be here. I'm gonna stay until I get it under its second lamination. Usually we like to get things done a little bit faster, but I mean, I like to be able to create my own work schedule. That's like a cool thing. So tomorrow will be an easy day because I'll already have it done, and I can today's my big work day. Thursday, Friday will be super easy. It's kind of like that.
Doing a week.
5, yeah, it's Monday through Friday. Yeah. Oh, he's pulling yours out here.
See that?
We're gonna transfer it.
Okay. Alright, just use stuff. Yeah. Like when I'm putting stuff in the oven. Yeah.
Well, that's
I
that.
do stuff with my fingers.
It wasn't super hot when you opened it.
That's why he ran away real quick because he wants to go put it in and let go of it.
Like
So
you
it's
leave on that, it-
Carry it.
the side is hot. Yeah, look. Oh, I wasn't touching it yesterday.
You don't touch the metal piece. It's probably is hot.
Yeah, she's a mom. She's a mom. Yeah. It's not hot.
It's warm, but it's
Yeah.
not
Too
hot.
warm for her, but yeah.
That was hotter. This is. This is.
You don't think it's hot for you?
This is okay. Not the other one. Glass is wrong.
Can't wait for my daughter to get older.
This room does get warm.
It's freezing on the other side.
We keep it cold in here. It's always, yeah, it is. That's why I'm wearing long sleeves. I'll come in.
Yeah, I know, so right now the jacket.
Almost there.
I thought it was fascinating because it's super hard. It's actually sewing that you're using it.
Yeah.
Oh, but
He said they put holes in it.
they like burn holes and it
Mm-hmm.
Is that what the solder gun's for?
You can kind of see, yeah, exactly. You can kind of see the holes in that one right there because it's clear. But I burned probably double the amount of holes in this one, just so it has more room to
So
hold
this was
in.
gonna stay clear?
Yeah, that one's just a diagnostic. They'll wear that for like one fitting probably.
Gotcha, 'cause I think we got clear.
We'll do another 2 nylon suction, and I think I'm hoping this will be my last 2 nylon suction. I can do my finishing one next. I think we're getting pizza for lunch today. That's exciting.
So you guys get to eat lunch every day with the clients, or is that kind of a,
Mondays and Wednesdays.
Mondays and
typically.
Wednesdays? kind of a cool workplace to work?
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Catered lunch.
Yeah, I didn't see everybody yesterday.
I used to work in the film industry. We always got catered lunches.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we do. Yeah, Mondays and Wednesdays. It's always a nice thing.
Yeah. I wish shrinker socks went on that nicely.
They wouldn't do their job if they didn't.
I know they would.
the spot I've been focusing on, that zipper. I'm just trying to make sure it's good.
You get closer. I don't kick like a horse. Is it okay to show Jasmine in
Yeah.
video, like on YouTube?
Yeah.
Here, Jasmine, you can wave. Go ahead and wave. All right. Jasmine's here. She's been watching this whole process all week with us.
She's the new hire. You gonna come work next week for us? Okay, we're getting there.
Remember when we were kids and we had to do PE and they tell us to hold our arms out like this for like a minute and we'd be crying? My right arm was like, I am so tired of this.
Collapse it
No,
and
no.
then lean it on
No. We used to buy $100,000 TV cameras that wouldn't handle the difference in brightness in this room between the window.
Oh yeah.
This iPhone 15 is like nothing but a thing. Amazing.
Yep. So yeah, there's the pipe goes past the little bolt and it just goes down into the pipe to kind of lock the pipe in place, so I can't turn it. So every time I want to like rotate it, I gotta loosen it here. Alrighty, I think I'm about ready for a 1 nylon flash here. Sometimes a little knot I tie works a little thin spot, so I make sure it's not too thin before I do another knot there. This is my, hopefully this is my last one. I want to make sure there's no wrinkles where the frame is not going to be. It'll show up in the finish. see where that goes. Look at that zipper line. I'm pretty happy with it. There's one little line right there that you'd probably never notice, but I'll be thinking about it, so I'm probably just gonna do another flash. It's a line from the nylon that I had on there. Alright, one more. I think this one really will be it.
So if you put it in the oven like this, is it gonna keep the fuzzy look, or is it gonna fade out?
It will keep the kind of fuzzy look. There are different things we can do. I mean, you can kind of like pat down a certain area and kind of make it like a more like a matte section. And really, it's up to you. You kind of see like there's like the nylon texture, and also if I pat like a certain area, if I would do this at the very end, it's kind of like more of a matte texture. It's not like a huge difference, but really, I mean, some people have requested that who have had them in the
Whatever you
past,
think
but
will look better with the shimmer that I already have.
okay, yeah.
What you decide.
Yeah, I kind of had an idea. Yeah, when you cook it, it'll just stay exactly how it was when you put it in.
At all when you cook it?
I wouldn't say so. Yeah, sometimes I'll have, like, someone will take a silicone out of the oven and just put it in one of these jigs, and I'll walk in and I'm like, is that a cooked one? I don't know, I can't tell. I'll kind of come up and, oh, it's good. I don't want to mess it up, you know, put a big fingerprint and smudge into it. I was doing exactly what I'm doing now, getting it's like the end point for an OA one time. This little kid, he was really funny. And I got him, like, yeah, do you want to see it? He walks up, he's like, wow, that's really awesome. And he just starts kind of like touching, like, oh, yeah, it's like, I'll just reflash it one more time. It's just funny. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I'm kind of surprised it doesn't like get shiny or something, change in some way.
Yeah, you do know.
It's really interesting stuff.
I guess that also means if there is a fingerprint, it'll bake in.
Yep, exactly.
So you can make a silicone glove with somebody else's fingerprints
Yep,
and go on a crime spree.
that's right.
Wow.
Wouldn't they be backwards though?
See, that was so quick you did that one.
Yep, I just want it to be really short because I'm trying to dial in.
It is a lot longer though. There's a lot more work to put into here to make sure.
Small, but
You have to recharge your watch.
I'm not really good. You know, the watch, it needs your skin, you know, to take your blood pressure and stuff like that. So putting it over there, you got.
Oh, yeah, the Apple Watch does like,
Over here. So when I put that on both my ankles, my watch, so I protect it all,
See if I drop the phone.
Yeah.
Does it give you enough time that you can say, hey,
Yeah, I know.
I dropped it. It's
Mhm.
fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll come up with it.
I'm liking it. So I'll just double check I didn't push the anchors too close together. I did not. It looks like there's enough room. And then I find I can see different things better in natural light.
Natural light, yes.
Yeah, it really does make a difference. I like it. It's gonna be good. Alright, so I'll throw it in the oven here. That's it.
now it's gonna go in here.
Yeah. In here.
So,
Now it's gonna go in the oven?
Yep, I'm gonna throw it in. You'll see that there's these little pipe holders there. Just carefully slide it in. Close it up. And now I'm gonna twiddle my thumbs for 45 minutes. No, I'm just kidding. I've got other things to work on, of course.
So 45 minutes.